Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about how a bill becomes a law. But first we got to go through a couple of these words to know. So first of all, you got act, law, and legislation. They are all words that just mean law, which is a legally binding rule. If you ever hear the term bill, a bill is an idea for a law that has not become a law yet. So if a bill is in Congress, it will become a law if it is passed. A statute is just a fancy word for a state law. An ordinance is a fancy word for a local law. And then there's a joint resolution, which is a resolution passed by the House of Representatives and the Senate. All right, so how does a bill become a law? Well, it's kind of a long process. The process is really simple, but it's complicated all at the same time. Simple in the fact that, it's very uncomplicated procedure, but at the same time, there's a lot of nuance that goes into a bill becoming a law. So first of all, there has to be an idea for a bill. The bill can come from constituents, so you or I or anybody could write a bill as long as it's picked up by a congressperson. An interest group can write a bill, a representative can write a bill, or the president can write a bill. Anyone can suggest it, but it has to be picked up by a senator or a representative. So we're going to move over to the left-hand side, which is the House of Representatives. First, the bill has to be put into the hopper and named. Once the bill is written on paper, it is put into just a wooden box. This wooden box right here is called the hopper. Then the Speaker of the House pulls it out, delegates it to committee, and at committee they can do four things. Okay, all the committees, there's so many different House and Senate committees, they hear all different kinds of things, but they can do four things really. The first thing they do, no matter what, is they hold a hearing on the bill, and that's just where all the representatives sit together and they talk and discuss the bill. Once the bill has been discussed, they can keep it, which means they don't change it at all. The bill as written goes on to the floor to be voted on. They could change it, so they could either add or take away parts that they like or don't like. They could kill it, which is what happens most. And I'd like you to put a little side note in your notes that says most bills die in committee. So most often they kill the bill, don't come back to it. You would have to write the bill again and have it picked up, or a new bill for whatever subject you're trying to get passed. The last thing they can do is they could pigeonhole the bill, which means that they will set the bill off to the side. They vote to have it pigeonholed. The bill does not die, but it's in kind of a purgatory, meaning that while the bill is not technically dead, it has to be voted on to be taken out of being pigeonholed. So the easy way to say it is when you pigeonhole a bill, you set it off to the side, and you can come back to it, but the congressmen rarely ever come back to a pigeonholed bill. Here is the Senate Budget Committee. There's just a picture. That's what committee looks like. Typically, committee is made up of Democrats and Republicans. On a side note, committee assignments are based on seniority, so who's been in Congress the longest, not how old you are. Typically, the better committees, the Budget Committee, the Defense Committee, so on and so forth, go to the elder statesmen, the people that have been there longer, and a younger senator may get, kind of the short end of the stick and be on a really kind of crappy committee. So after a bill passes committee, whether it be changed or changed or kept, it goes to be voted on the House floor. And at the House floor, everyone debates based on the Rules Committee, and those are established before the bill ever comes up, before the bill is ever debated. Typically, everyone has, 10 to 20 minutes to talk, but that's delegated out by the floor leaders of each party. So, moral of the story is, once the bill passes committee, then it goes to the House floor. This is the House of Representatives chamber. This is where the Speaker of the House stands. Democrats typically sit on this side. Republicans typically sit on this side. These big tables right here are where speakers get up and talk. That's where they are allowed to express their opinion, try and sway votes. They don't have to get up and come up to the front. This is where they get up and talk. And that's where I'm going to stop this video. I hope you all are doing well. Please send me any questions you may have about how a bill becomes a law.